It's quiet here on West 56th Street, but still plenty of cars in the parking lot. We've seen multiple coaches go in and out of this building as they try to review the tape from yesterday's 2-point loss to the Texans and figure out what exactly went wrong and how to fix it for next week's game against the Packers. Let's bring in Mr. Fix-It, our Colts insider, Kevin Bowen. We're going to put that right on you, right to start the season, Kev. Let's start with Richardson. It was a roller coaster from Anthony Richardson. You saw explosive plays, two multiple 50-yard touchdowns, but then the not so spectacular. 9 of 19, missed A.D. Mitchell multiple times when he overthrew him, one of which would have been a wide open touchdown. What needs to fix for Richardson to see that consistency more often?
Yeah, if we wrap up Indianapolis Indians season, let's go to a baseball analogy. Hit a few more singles. We know he's a home run hitter. He proved that yesterday, Angela, in really fashion. I don't think we've seen many Colts quarterbacks do. That deep ball to Alec Pierce, even Shane Steichen said it earlier today, that's a throw he hasn't seen in his NFL career. So a few more singles, just methodical passing games. Some of the simpler throws, they might not show up on SportsCenter, but again, keeping those drives alive. I think the return of Josh Downs potentially for Sunday could help in that area as well.
Shane Steichen said today that there's still no update on whether Downs will be available for the Packers, but we'll get that later in the week. You talk about explosiveness. We saw it in the air. We didn't see it on the ground. Jonathan Taylor started his season very quietly, averaged 3 yards a carry. That's abysmal for a running back that was the running back of the year a couple years ago. Kevin, we were promised all offseason we're going to see a lot of this duo, Richardson and Taylor. We didn't see that yesterday. Why was Taylor so ineffective?
Yeah, I thought that was the most disappointing aspect of the entire game. Your run defense and your rushing offense. Now, Anthony Richardson had a couple nice designed runs, but getting Taylor going, you couldn't at all. And they ran him a good amount. 16 carries is actually a good amount when you consider how limited of the amount of plays they had as an offense. They only had about 45 plays. So, I just thought up front you weren't able to really crease those lanes and create many opportunities for Taylor to get in the open field and kind of show that home run ability that he has as well.
Defensively, there's been a lot of conversation about how bad the Colts' run defense was, allowing over 200 yards. Joe Mixon had 158 by himself. The thing that is positive to take away from that is we're not talking about how bad the secondary was, the very young group that there were a lot of concerns about in this offseason. Kevin, what impressed you the most about the secondary against the Texans yesterday?
I thought they hung in there. Again, I don't think it was a golden afternoon by any means, but you're facing one of the best passing attacks in the entire NFL. You could be facing a backup quarterback on Sunday. It's going to be easier there. But again, I'll go back to something I said earlier, Angela. Your run defense, there's way too much invested in that defensive line and that front seven in general to be as poor as they were, and that's not a Houston strength. If the back end would have got torched all afternoon, you could have said, well, we probably thought that was coming. We did not expect Joe Mixon to have the type of day that he did.
Kevin, quickly, there was a lot of slipping on this new turf that the Colts had. Didn't see that in the 2 preseason games that were in Lucas Oil Stadium. What was the Colts' reaction to that today?
Yeah, really odd. Shane Steichen was like, I actually enjoyed the turf during the preseason. Zaire Franklin, I caught up with him, after those preseason games. He's like, I really like the new turf. So something to keep an eye on. Again, they won't play on it this week. 2 home games here in September. Just odd. Both teams had issues with it yesterday.
Kevin, thanks for breaking this down for us.